Hello children, today we are starting with the 7th chapter, Plants Living and Surviving. Plants are living things. They add beauty to our nature. Plants are of great importance because they provide us with food and oxygen. They fresh up the air. Plants differ from each other in many ways, and one among them is the conditions in which they grow or the place in which they grow. Plants grow in different regions, in different type of soil and differently. They have special features in them to grow in a particular place, and the place in which a plant grows is called its habitat. So each plant has special adaptation to grow in its habitat. These special features makes it different from each other. So today we are going to study about the difference in plants based on where they grow. Depending upon the place where plants grow, they are broadly classified as terrestrial and aquatic plants. Terrestrial plants are plants that grow on land, and aquatic plants are plants that grow in water. So today we are discussing about the first section, that is terrestrial plants. As I told you, terrestrial plants are plants that grow on land, and land means it can be of different types. So here we are taking a look into some of the different types of land around us, or some of the different types of places where plants grow, and the difference in them due to the place where they live or due to the conditions where they live. So first we are going to discuss about plants in hilly areas. As you all know, hilly areas are normally cold regions. There can be even snowfall. So plants should be adapted, or they have special features in order to withstand this cold climate. So the special features of plants are given here. Tall and straight. Plants in hilly areas or cold areas are normally tall and straight. You can see the picture of a pine tree. It is tall as well as straight. It does not have too much of branches like mango and all. They have needle-like leaves. It is clear from the picture. The plants in hilly areas have needle-like leaves in order to withstand the cold climate there. And they have a sloping shape. Did you notice the shape of a pine tree? It has a sloping like shape, so that the rain, water or the snow falling on it can easily move down. And the trees that grow in hilly areas, they have cones instead of flowers. The cones are shown in the picture. Cones are that is flowers, normally they are replaced. Flowers are replaced by cones in plants that grow in hilly areas. Instead of flowers, they will have cones, and that is why they are called conifers. Okay, plants in hilly areas are normally called conifers because of the cones present in the trees. And some examples are given here. Pine, fir, cedar, and are all plants that grow in hilly areas. Spruce is a tree that grows in very cold regions. Okay, too cold climatic conditions, the spruce trees grows. So this is about plants growing in hilly areas. First one is, it is tall and straight. Then needle-like leaves are present to withstand the heat, withstand the cold climate. Third one is, cones are present instead of flowers. The next type of plants is plants or trees that grows in plains, plain land. In plains, trees have lots of branches, and these branches have lots of leaves. See, you can very clearly see it from the example of a mango tree given here. Lots of branches are there and lots of leaves are also there in these branches. Plains have normally moderate climate. That means it will be warm in the summer season and cold in the winter season. So, trees growing in plains, they can bear the heat of the sun in the summer season. But during winter season, they will shed their leaves to withstand the cold climate. So, they shed their leaves during winter season. And the examples are mango tree, banyan tree, peepal and all. They all shed their leaves during winter. Especially you can see from a mango tree, if you have a mango tree at your house, you can see that the leaves will be falling down during winter season. And after winter season, you have spring season in which the new leaves start sprouting out. So, normally trees that grows in plains, they have lots of branches with lots of leaves and they shed their leaves during winter and they can bear the heat in summer. The next type is plants that grow in hot and damp areas. In hot and damp areas, trees have lots of leaves and they remain evergreen. Evergreen means throughout the year they will have the green leaves in them. They do not shed their leaves like mango tree, banyan tree and all. They always remain evergreen like coconut, rubber, rice, cotton and all. Have you seen a coconut shedding all its leaves? No. Always there will be leaves in coconut tree, green leaves in coconut tree. In a rubber tree also always it will be green leaves, the leaves will not be shed because they are evergreen trees. Next type is in deserts. Deserts, there are some specialty of plants that grow in deserts. There is some specialty for that land also because there is very less amount of water content in deserts. So, plants should also be adapted or plants will also have special features that help them to withstand this condition where there is scarcity of water. So, in deserts, normally plants grow without leaves. Leaves normally help in transpiration. Help in transpiration means due to the heat of the sun, leaves will allow water to evaporate through it. So, in desert regions, if the leaves allow water to evaporate, there will not be enough water for the plant and the plant will die out. So, this process of transpiration is prevented by reducing the leaves into spines. It is clearly seen in the picture. So, instead they are provided with green fleshy stem. As green fleshy stem is present, there will be chlorophyll in the stem and in the stem the food is prepared for the whole plant. So, in desert plants there is an exception of what we have learned. We learned in last chapter that leaves prepare food for the plant. But in case of a desert plant like cactus, it is the stem, green fleshy stem that prepares food. And water is stored in the green fleshy stem. If you have a cactus plant in your house, you can just cut one portion of the cactus stem and you can see water content in it. The water is stored in the stem, green fleshy stem of a cactus plant. Leaves are reduced to spine and spines prevent the loss of water through transpiration. Green fleshy stem prepares food for the whole plant. And one more thing is that the roots of a cactus spread out far away, just below the soil. It is not going too deep, it is just below the soil, it spreads far out. Because as there is scarcity of water, only when the roots are spreaded too much, it will get water. Wherever there is some water falling on the desert land, it can absorb the water easily from there, only if the roots are spread out. So, that is the reason why it has a very spreaded roots which are spreaded far away from the plant. Okay. So, the examples are cactus, palm and all. Mainly we told about cactus, but the properties are almost same for palm also. So, this is all about plants that grow or trees that grow in deserts. The next one is trees in marshy areas. Marshy areas have a special type of soil. It is not like a normal soil. It has a sticky and clayey soil with too much water content. Too much water content means the water will not be absorbed by the soil, so it remains on the soil. And what happens is, the mangroves that grows in marshy areas, the roots of mangroves will not be able to breathe inside the soil. Normally we know that plants breathe. Roots of the plants breathe, taking the soil from the air. Taking the air from the soil. So here what happens is, the roots of mangroves will not be able to breathe in the air that is present in the soil, because the soil is completely filled with water. So what happens? The roots of mangroves grow out of the soil in order to breathe, in order to take oxygen. So what happens is, these roots, as they grow outside, they are called breathing roots, because they are growing outside in order to breathe. And that is very clearly seen in this picture. You can see the whole roots out of the waterlogged soil. Waterlogged means water always settles down in that soil. Always there will be water content, not water, little bit of water content. Too much of water will be there, just like a small stream and all. There will be the small water body and all. There will be water in that area. That is waterlogged area. Actually, that is not a pond or lake or anything like that. That is a waterlogged area. The water remains in the soil. It will not be absorbed. So, breathing roots are there for mangroves. As they have to breathe, the roots come out of the soil. So, these are the specialities of plants that grow in terrestrial areas, and these are the main classifications. There may be some other special types of plants, but normally these are a very few classifications of plants that grow in different types of land. So, we can just take a look at the plants from first onwards. Plants in hilly areas, they are normally tall and straight. They have needle-like leaves to withstand the cold climate. They bear cones instead of flowers. Cones is seen in this picture. Second is plants growing in plains. Plants growing in plains have lots of branches. They can bear the heat of the sun, but they shed their leaves during winter season. Next one is plants growing in hot and damp area, or trees growing in hot and damp areas. They have lots of leaves. They do not shed their leaves, they remain evergreen like coconut. Next is in deserts, leaves are not present, leaves are reduced to spines to prevent the loss of water and to retain the water in a plant. And green fleshy stem prepares food for the whole plant. It has spreaded roots also. And the last one is in marshy areas. The trees that grow in marshy areas are mangroves. Mangroves have breathing roots. As the soil is sticky and clayey with water logged in it, the roots of mangroves will not be able to breathe inside the soil, so it just comes outside and grow. It is called breathing roots. So, this is all about terrestrial plants. Now, you have another section called aquatic plants that we will discuss later. So, what you have to do is, after seeing the video, you have to take your textbook, read it, and as I have noted down the points, you have to note down the points or mark the points in your textbook. Examples should also be studied. So, hope you all will do it. Read the textbook. Thank you.